Hello everybody, welcome back to BloomClan. I've been procrastinating on episodes, which sucks because I actually only need to do 2 BloomClan for August. And then, provided I have time to, the plan actually is for me to actually go through hopefully through episode 50. Before needing to swap to Dice Clan. Not Bloom. This is BloomClan. Because the hope is actually I will actually get all the episodes for BloomClan done, more or less, in a couple sittings. Because I want to get a couple different series done that I do know have an end date set. Oh, Dak doesn't have an end date, but still, BloomClan I want to get done. I want to get Left 4 Dead done. Minecraft Dungeons I also want to get done. But I plan to actually get Minecraft Dungeons done once I get BloomClan done, or have to move into September anyways. Whichever happens first. Because the goal is actually to majorly get ahead in regards to videos, simply because as you get closer to the end of the year, you're going to become more busy for holiday season. And I have some stuff going on that are going to keep me busy into early next year. So it's better to get ahead. And both getting BloomClan and Left 4 Dead done will do that. Minecraft Dungeons is more so because I'm swapping to Minecraft Dungeons 2. I probably will go over this more in a actual video if I don't keep procrastinating on it. I need to update the schedule. Random other quick facts is I made a new Discord. It's targeted more so at Tales of Razi, but it also has stuff for the YouTube and the things, namely Clan Gen. So if you want to join that and discuss things there, go right ahead. Because I might be taking note of the Clan Gen stuff or what's going to replace BloomClan there. And I might also go back through my videos for comments for challenges and list them in the Clan Gen thing. And provide people actually join the thing by the end of the Discord channel by the end of the year. I plan to actually make a poll for what is replacing replacing BloomClan. I'm sorry, I'm a little bit out of it. My brain is fogged with other stuff. Other things that I need to deal with actually is drawing a Clan Gen, and I actually need to get ahead on the second channel regardless, which is not this channel, it's the other channel I linked in the description. I need to make sure the D&D videos up to, I think it's episode 23, or not 23, 33, let me check, because I can check, I have it listed. Because I do have stuff listed to up to titles up to a point. I'm pretty sure it's either session 32 or 33, maybe 34. I don't know for certain. It's somewhere around the 30s. It's up to where I have edited before. IRL, speaking of, as of July 7th, the day before the next potential session we need to do, we're at 50 episodes or sessions recorded. So D&D is going to be a slow crawl for uploads, but the big thing is ignoring the Oops All Wizard campaign, which is going to get thrown in between seasons 1 and 2, which will happen next year. I need to make sure the videos I have are edited, because one of the last ones I did, for whatever reason, it acted like I had moved the files when I had not, when I don't remember moving the files. So I had to redo the entire video editing, and that took me a couple days. And that's the thing about D&D videos. Their length is between 1 and sometimes 4 hours. It's usually between 2 and 3. So they can take a long time to edit. So there's that. Drawing Clan Gen, it's mostly I keep putting off, I need to talk to Zenriff, and now that it's July and our fight's going on, I feel even more awkward about asking about it, but I need to get that figured out, because the plan was to hopefully actually start setting up for next year and actually get some of the stuff prepped, even if it might be on a different file. I might also be upping the amount of cats. I don't know for certain yet. It's stuff I need to figure out on the back end. Cause yeah, drawing Clan Gen's the whole thing. I actually need to see how my editing software works with the microphone thing, because I think it allows me to do a talkover, because if I can do that and it doesn't add too much to the file, I can just do that for any video I need to talk over instead of having to record the audio separately. Because the big reason is I'm not recording them anymore, simply because the videos already take me an hour, and the best time to actually get ahead on the Drawing Clan Gen is past 9 p.m. where I'm not really recording anymore for the night, because I don't want to disturb people who are sleeping or going to sleep. But in regards to Clan Gen, the plan is for me actually to get probably as far as I can today, which will be probably at 4 to 6 episodes, because it's already 8 p.m. I started this late. I meant to do the recordings for this yesterday. I really did. And I don't know if I'm going to record tomorrow at all outside of D&D. Partly because this week is also the week that Echoes Ironcrad releases, and once that releases, in what free time I have during the waking hours, I actually need to get ahead on that and get a minimum of 8 episodes done pretty rapid fire to get myself caught up with where I'm at for the rest of the recordings. aka I have all of August done, ignoring this episode and the next episode of BloomClan done, and Echoes of Ironcrad, because Echoes of Ironcrad doesn't release till either the 9th or 10th. Either way, the episodes are for Echoes of Ironcrad start then, technically speaking, the 10th for me. It just depends on free time and when it releases, for how messy that's gonna go. And same for Minecraft Dungeons for when September hits, or late September. But yeah, that's some sidetrack noting, because I keep putting stuff off. I will let this actually go for maybe an extra 5 minutes longer than 20, because I had this rule. But yeah, I now have a Discord made. People are free to join it. It should be linked properly in the description. And I know for a fact I put it on, or the only episode before the 6th it's on is whatever the last episode of BloomClan is. What was it? 30? I think is where it's on. But yeah, did I patrol? Yes. The big thing also was I had intended to record the next episode immediately, so some stuff is a bit iffy where I left off. I'm not dealing with this. Apparently, when I went to check 30, I was, oh yeah, we're looking for Bumblebee. So we can invite in the baby DiGiorno. Okay. Type skip. Me, because I put this off for like 2 days in a row. Yeah. We don't find Bumblebee. We might be able to invite in DeJorno now that they're no longer 0 moons. I don't know. Oh, cats are becoming malnourished. Are we low? Oh my, are we low? I didn't realize we were low. Hunting patrols might need to be a huge thing this episode. Okay. Use a feather. Okay, Lake Paw. You got a 3, which according to my notes is a healer. So you will not be given to Domino Spike. Okay, Canary Paw is a 5, they should be a warrior. And Rock Paw, it got a 2, so they are also a healer. And yeah, I know the whole thing of me mentioning the Discord now is a bit late, but oh, we have why are we on Russian prey? And we have enough prey. What the hell? Why are cats? There we go. Oh, that might be why we're low this moon. Okay. But technically speaking, I didn't actually make the Discord till, what was that, the 5th or the, what was it? I didn't make it till July 5th. Technically speaking, I had a Discord for Tales of Razi. Technically speaking, I still do. It's just I wasn't posting in it. Granted, I'm currently not posting in the new one, but I'm waiting for at least someone to join first. Beyond my DM Shadow, who assisted me in getting the role set up, because that was stuff I wasn't really well acquainted on how to do. Because I made a server, it's somewhat of a mess. It's not the worst one. Steven also made a Discord, but for D&D purposes, and what we're allowed to do is very limited, and it seems like he might have over limited it or something. I don't know. But yeah, if you guys want to discuss videos and talk about dungeon stuff, warrior cats, or anything like that, you can. It also makes it easier for me to talk about Tales of Razi, because outside of the Tales of Razi vids, technically speaking, the only other spot I hugely talk about it is drawing a clan gen. Technically speaking, also, random fun fact, or that I need to still schedule to do it. I did finish recently writing Corrupt Desires. It just took 2+ years of off and on working on it. And I mean heavily off and on working on it. I just need to schedule it up, so we're good on that. I'm actually hoping to get myself to actually finish the second draft, even if it's very much rough, because I want to get the idea out there, in the sense of here's how things almost went, because the third draft, book 4, is very much different for what I had planned. Like, part of it is I'm making the... I guess we just gain more kits. Part of it is... how do I put it? I wanted the story to go into a more mature level of things. Also, while the factions definitely touch upon the more homophobic things and other stuff, it's also a thing of, I felt like adding the factions with what I already had planned to add in regards to the third draft, aka making the Eastern Rogues more so existing instead of them being a late addition to the second draft, to add some more conflict in regards to things. Because one thing I did realize eventually was, in book 1 there's a bunch of murders going on, yet there was never heavy search for the murderer. And then eventually I added a whole thing in regards to, I think I added it at least, I could be confused, mind you, that something happened in regards to Ash, who is long dead by the time book 4 rolls around. aka Thistle's father, the Vice, who was murdered the day Hazel arrived, which is definitely a change in the third draft. I'm sorry, I'm losing my train of thought here. How do I put this? He killed one of the Eastern Rogue leaders. That is a very much canon thing. Basically, Eastern Rogues have a main core leader and a bunch of sub-leaders. A third draft, how the third draft's gonna work is actually, Cliff Dawn usually has 1 to 2 leaders and 1 to 3 vices. And then there's gonna be a rank that I have yet to figure out what the name of is, which is the cats who could become vice. And then beyond that, it's healer. Healers are a rank. Caretakers are a generalized rank. And then Cliff Dawn is the one group which is like, oh yes, your rank is very much age-based outside of that. So if you're not a caretaker or healer, the precepts to become a vice, potentially a vice or leader, you're a resident, aka adult. I think I just changed it to adult, youngster, queen, kits, and elders. But that's the Cliff Dawn. The ranking system has some core things where some stuff is the same throughout, which caretakers are cats who help queens and kits and the healers, or it doubles as a permanent queen. More so if you're a Molly in Cliff Valley or Shadow Forest, if you're a caretaker, you're half expected to have kittens constantly, unfortunately, which is not great. Oh jeez. Cats are getting poisoned by rabbits. Healer is a generalized rank. Leader, of course, is a generalized rank. Elder, queens and kits. we are actually going to just send out one border patrol, I think. Simply because of how low prey is. Oh, we lost a cat. Just to help with the prey amount. We're just going to do a bunch of patrols. But yeah, Caretaker is going to be a generalized added lyric. Partly what caused me to add it was I was, technically speaking, under my draft notes, it actually was supposed to be added at the end of the second draft as a rank for Smokey. Because Smokey, I very much don't think of him as a huge cat for hunting and fighting. While he can do both, most definitely. I more so see him as, how would I put it, like a caretaker. I see him running a, I could see, if he was human, I could see him running a daycare. Oh jeez. These poor cats. Kind of deal. So that was a whole thing that on my back end was decided. Okay. Wait, in the baby. We're trying to get its mother. So what's gonna happen is I'm gonna actually be jumping back and forth between these two until I get both of them. And then we'll continue grabbing these cats. And we'll do one more moon because I rambled. Yay, we gained the DiGiorno kitten. Cats are no longer... Yeah. We're struggling for food, but... Okay. Yeah. Okay, border. So there's that. I don't know if I'm actually gonna go into what healings and stuff is. I do know I'm gonna only take some stuff vaguely from warriors, but I might add in some fictional plants and whatnot. Or fictional effects and whatnot. Just for my sanity. I'm also going to play it as, how do I put it? If a plant is poisonous to cats, it's not going to actually poisonous to cats. The one thing I'm keeping as poisonous outright is yew berries. Yew and belladonna, technically speaking, are things that I'm gonna still acknowledge as poison. Well, maybe the stuff that, technically speaking, is still poisonous to cats might end up just being, it's not good to digest it. And it might depend on your age, how it affects you. But it's not going to be on full-on poison. I don't know for certain if I'm going to go into that or depths of that. I don't know. Potentially. Trying to think of other stuff. As stated, about the paralyzed thing, I do have three-legged OCs. Technically speaking, I have one who may not become three-legged. It just depends, because originally she was to get her leg torn off by a dog, and I don't know if that plotline's still happening. So there's that. Maybe she'll still lose her leg, but it'll be something else. And then we have Artemis, who is my YouTube icon's, that cat's sister, because my icon is Shattered Knight, is three-legged. And while she does deal with, the fact that, Cliff Valley is ableist in the sense of disabilities, and think, oh, her only use is to become a healer or a caretaker, with the high-end leadership deciding, oh yes, after hearing that, Annex say, yeah, she will poison you all if she became a healer. They'll be like, oh yes, her fate is to be a queen. And the reality of it is, no, Artemis should not be a queen. She would be much happier being either a scout or huntress, and even a fighter, even if she will always be outdone by her brother Shattered Knight. Because Shattered Knight has lived so many lives, he knows how to do a lot of things. So he's, technically speaking, the only rank that's new to him is healing. But that's because Shattered Knight's is a guy who's reincarnated many a time. So if I compare her to Shattered Knight, she's not the greatest. But if I compare her to her brother Jace, she's definitely a better fighter than him. Scouting, probably better than him at that. Well, he's more so a hunter. Jace is just a natural hunter. While scouting, to some degree, is the same thing. It's more so he's more used to tracking down prey than cats. In that sense. And technically speaking, Artemis is actually, I don't care if this is a spoiler, is a leader of one of the groups known as Sanctuary, where it's a stray group which doesn't have a humongous amount of members that are permanent, but a decent chunk of the cats come and go that are strays, usually mollies with kittens, and sometimes the kits stay, sometimes they don't. Because technically speaking, that's how that group functions. And plus, that group, technically speaking, was created for a different purpose than what Artemis probably would have built the group for if she was the sole member. She technically joined up with them after it had already already come into existence. I'm gonna send out apprentices hunting. If they don't have their mentor rail, they're just gonna go by themselves. And once again, all cats this episode are just gonna hunt. Pretty much. But yeah. So, Artemis is fine, even though she's three-legged. How Cliff Valley handles disabilities pretty much is if you're half blind, you're fine, provided you still know how to fight if you are a fighting rank. They don't care at all if that happens to you if you're a hunter or a scout. It's more so they care for some of the disabilities in regards to fighting. Partly because they're often fighting with random strays, and more importantly, the faction cats. Minor lore in regards to the faction cats, because I'm not going to go into how to describe Twisted Shadows, because it's not the easiest thing to describe what they are. I don't care. Across the territory. Basically, faction cats don't just force themselves onto the cats of the group's power and other random strays in their own mollies in their own group, but they have taken young cats from Cliff Valley to either kill or use as fresh blood. And we will see an example of this in book 1 to some degree, not by a POV character. And cats are poisoned again. Oh my god. This is just a food crisis. Oh. Okay, I'm actually gonna turn the rationing back on. Because, yeah, we clearly need that. But with that said, that'll be it for this episode of BloomClan. Next episode, which I will be doing in a few minutes, I will pretty much do right after this, because I need to get it done. Because I want to guarantee what free time I have. Means I'm getting ahead on this, because I'm actually a decent chunk ahead for once, but that's in my panic of because I'm expecting this weekend to be a bit busy, and I want to make sure I'm not falling behind, because for whatever reason I tend to make it to basically the month needing, and I still have stuff left over to do for the following month, and I want to be at least a month ahead, hoping this will mean I'll be up above a month ahead, but we'll see. Like, there's limits to it, too, because I can't do anything about Echoes of Aincrad or Minecraft Dungeons 2 in regards to the lineup, because I don't have those out yet, because they don't release until their respective release dates. But either way, I will see you all in the next episode. Bye!